Hello Shubhangi.
Hi, Rohit.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm well. How about you?
I'm doing good. Apologize for the delay in the timings.
It's totally
Uh,
fine.
okay. So you are the last speaker for today's conference. So now the stage is yours, and I would request you to give a quick introduction about yourself, like what you're doing and what your session is going to be today.
Yeah, so I do it along the session as I go. So
Sure.
thank you. Hi, everyone. Glad to be here. So this is the last session. I know that most of you would be low on energy. So let's see if you're awake and just drop what your favorite dish is in the chat or where you're from, where you're joining from. Let's see if you're awake or not. Okay. No responses. All right. So anyway, I'll start by introducing myself. So I'm Shubhangi, and I've been part of many student developer communities for over 2 years. And I've been part of Google Developer Groups, WTN, Hack Club, and all that. Recently, I joined this community called, okay, Puneet replied from Kolkata. Hi, Puneet. Hi, Amit. So please keep dropping that in the chat. Where are you from? Yeah. So I was telling about myself. So I joined this technical community called Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors earlier, which was Microsoft Student Partners, and it was one of the very engaging technical communities that I've been a part of. You must have interacted with some of the MLSAs throughout the day, and got to know about Azure, Microsoft Learn, or other technologies that they have been telling you about. So I just wanted to know if you have ever attended a meetup or been part of any community events, or is this your first virtual meetup, or have you attended any in-person meetups? I wanted to keep it interactive because it's the last talk, so I know that not a lot of you won't want a workshop or go on your computers, just want to talk about something. So just go ahead and drop that in the chat. Hi, Shubham. Hi, Devendra. Great to hear you joining from all over India. That's really interesting. So some people are alive in the chat, so that's great to know. Oh, Olamide, if I'm pronouncing your name right, you're from South Africa. Hi. So I'm here to talk about the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Program and how you could be a part of it and what benefits it has to you. Okay. So I'll start my talk. So why you should be a part of the Student Ambassador Program? The first reason is the new Student Ambassador tagline, "Be a force for good," is what engages me the most. It's really attractive, and why you should be a part of the community. So the first reason would be join the global community because the Student Ambassador Program is spread out in 85 countries and 38% of the program is from India. So you'll interact with lots of people from India and from abroad and learn a lot of new technologies, their cultures, what they're doing. So this is one of the most major reasons why you should be a part of the program. Then the next is make a difference. Since you're technologists, you're developers, you're designers, you have to be part of building the solution, be a part of improving the community, making the change. So being making a difference is one of the another reason why you should be part of this program. Then the next would be grow your skills by the resources provided by the program, by the mentors they have, and the sessions they keep on having, which we'll explore more about later. Then next would be empowering your communities. So now that you have the resources and the skills, you can help your community. Like many of the student ambassadors were here before me today and were helping you learn, go through workshops, doing labs, and all that. And then again, if you're doing all this, you naturally become a leader. You have those skills to be a, a leader, to help other people, to empower your community. So these are some reasons I should be joining the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador program. Then one of then again everyone is looking out for what are their benefits, what do they gain from this program. So these are some of the benefits that you get from the student ambassador program. So when you enroll into the program, which I'll be talking about later, how you could enroll in it, you have to qualify to become an alpha member. And to become an alpha member, after you become an alpha member, you get some Azure credits, and these are monthly Azure credits. So you can use them across the month, explore all the technologies you have, and then again reimburse them. Then you get the Visual Studio voucher, and most of us do code either on Visual Studios, on Code Block, or something like that. But Visual Studio is one of the major, used coding platforms. So getting the enterprise subscription is really helpful. Then you get the LinkedIn Premium also with that, and that could be used if you know how to use that. It could be used very effectively. Then you get your own studentambassadors.com domain name, where you could go and create your own portfolio and everything. And after you can host your first event, you transition on to the beta, where you again have first and the very sought out benefit of the program is the swag. So as soon as you qualify to beta, in a week or two, you have the swags shipped at your home, and we'll see a picture of the swags later. So that is one of the most major benefits. Then the next is the event support. So in-person events, you used to get all the subways and everything. But now they are providing mentors and speakers for the event, so you can contact them and get some mentors for the event. And again, student ambassador summit is something which everyone looks forward to, and I'll talk about the India Summit in the next slide. And after you have been part of the program for a year and contributed enough, you qualify to the gold level, where you have direct engagement with the Microsoft employees, getting mentorship from them, being part of all the leadership programs, having opportunities to talk at talks being conducted by Microsoft itself and not just the student partners. So that's one of the benefits. Other benefits also include having leagues and connecting people. So this is a part of my journey from the student ambassador program. So I gave my first talk when I enrolled in the program, which was last year in August, I guess. So that is where I started contributing to the program. I participated in a hackathon in my university, where we got the third position, and we had the most innovative solution. Then you can see here, my pointer visible. This is the beta swag that we got recently, and you must have seen this on Twitter or anywhere if you follow any of the student partners. So this is one of the most major attractions which people have. Then another is having access to teams and organizing events on it. And one thing I really love about Microsoft Teams is that it has so if you are conducting an event, it will create a separate group for you where you are having a talk, you can chat, you can interact, and then you have this together mode where it actually feels like a real meetup. So it's really interesting. So I started by talking at the WomenCon Summit, where it was on IWD, International Women's Day, and where we talked about how Microsoft Student Partner Program helped women, be a leader, be engaging with people. Then I mentored two of the winning teams at Avadhya Hacks, and which was again in my university. Then I gave a talk at the Learn Day in my university. Then we were all the student partners from Delhi were invited to this summit, which was held last year, I think on 29th October on in MLH's Microsoft office. So there was Mike Swift, who is the founder of MLH, and he was also present at this meetup. And we had like a few hours interacted with him, and it was just a very chill meetup. There were employees from Microsoft, there was Mike Swift, there were other people from MLH, and all of these were MSPs who were newly added to the program, and they were just engaging. I made really good connections at this meetup. Some of them are working with me right now. Some of them I conduct the hackathons with. Some of them I took other parts with. So it's really engaging. So if you have never attended a meetup, you should definitely go and attend one when these are back, or just attend virtually like at Microsoft Teams. So this is some of my journey. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Okay, so let's talk about the question which most of you have. What is the application process of the program? How are students selected, and how you could be a student ambassador? So all students are accepted quarterly. So if you apply now, you will be accepted in January. So every quarter we accept new students. So please go and apply as soon as possible, because the applications are, students are selected on rolling basis. So if you apply soon, you'll be selected sooner. So, and if you are not from a technical background, if you're of business, you're doing management, you can still apply because Microsoft Student Ambassadors do support people from business background. We also have, learn paths for you, and you can apply and go into business analysis and all these fields. So, do apply. Feel free to apply. Again, a very common question while submitting the application is, should do you need a background in tech? Do you need to have some knowledge in leadership? Do you need all these? So that's not true. So when you are applying, there are three sections where you can apply: either inspire, teach, or promote. So if you're inspired by any technology, you can either submit a text sample or a video sample, which should be less than 2 minutes, of explaining why you are inspired by by that technology, or by that technical person, or by the developer, and what benefits it has to you, and all that. uh, I would suggest that try to apply by the video format because it's more engaging. And keep you can film the video anyway, either by your laptop camera or your phone camera. Just keep the audio clear, and that should be good. Then the next is the teach thing, where you, if you have ever taught anyone anything about technology that didn't know about, or had any sort of teaching experiences, again try to capture that if possible, and if not, then make a video separately of how you taught him or her what they were learning, and what they got out of it, and what were the benefits, and if they had any have any testimonials, include it in the video. So making a video would be beneficial because you can include other materials in the video as well, either a presentation or pictures or any proof that you have of that. So try to make a video of it. And the next is promote. So if you are not from a technical background, or so you don't have a tech that inspires you, or you haven't taught anyone any technical topic, then you must have done some management work or been a part of any society in your university, where you promoted the event, promoted a tech event, or remotely being a part of it. So go to the promote section and add your essay there, or the video link there, and you can apply for the program. So here's the link that you can apply. These slides I think will be shared on the cons GitHub later, so you can check this out. Or you just, it's a very simple link. If you, even if you Google student ambassadors, this would be the first link that will show up. So either you can note it down, or check out the GitHub link later. So it's studentambassadors.microsoft.com. So if you have any questions about the student ambassador program, please feel free to ask that in the chat. Okay, so the first question from Puneet is this ambassador program only for students? Yes, Puneet, this program is currently only for students. Even if you are a graduate student or undergrad or doing PhD, and or if you have plans to pursue PhD or any other studies in the near quarter, then you can apply for it. But yes, this program is currently open to students only. You can check out other Microsoft programs which are open for professionals. Um, Next question. I am in first year and have good knowledge about C++ and Python. Is this the right time to apply for the student master program? Yes, I can't um, I can't think I can say the name right. Sakalya, I guess. So yeah, Sakalya. So if you apply, do not even think that you'll get selected or not. Just apply and try doing it. And since you already have knowledge of C++ and Python, I think that should be good. Just include in your video what you learned and how you learned it, why you went for Python, why it inspired you. So just go for it, and I think that should be good enough. If you have any other questions, please drop them in the chat. Okay, Shubham has how can we also become student ambassadors for Microsoft Learn? I think I've answered that question. And yeah, so I'll move on then. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat, and I'll answer it at the end of the presentation. So then next is exploring the Microsoft Learn platform. So some of you might have used the Learn platform already or in the sessions that were conducted by the speakers. So I'll just give you a little tour of the platform because I think it's very useful for any student who's out there. So, by the way, this is the student ambassador website, and you can just go and apply now, and you'll be redirected and asked a few questions about the application. Okay, so this is the student, this is the Learn platform, and you can just open docs.microsoft.com and go to Learn tab here, and you'll be redirected here. Why I picked this platform or why I prefer this platform, because they have really curated content, and you can just go here and select whatever you're gonna do, maybe data analysis, business user, or whatever you're going to do. So let's go for students and see what learn paths they have. So like I think Sakalya just said that he has been learning C++ and Python. You can just go and enhance your learning here. What is Python? They have really good modules, I would say. I had this subject in my university called cloud computing, and to be honest, the content provided by the faculty or even by the seniors wasn't good enough. But there is a learn path here called Cloud Fundamentals, and it is really good. Like you'll get all the cloud basics just right, and the way that they interact with you, even if it's just by text or little exercises that they do, it's really interesting. So you should definitely check out the Microsoft Learn platform. And there are this is one of the very popular modules, Introduction to Azure Fundamentals. So just go ahead and check this out. This is really good. And if even if you're in data science, I think I have that one open. This Introduction to Azure Data Science Virtual Machine, this is again a very good module that you could complete. This gives you basics of all the data science and sets up a virtual machine on your PC, and you don't need any Azure credits for it. So there is this thing called Sandbox. So you can use 10 Sandbox a day if you're using the Learn platform, and just go here, sign up, and start learning using Azure and learn. So this was one of the best learn paths that I've ever done for data science, because I didn't want to do that on my own PC. So setting up a virtual machine was really important. So just go ahead and check this out. Then the next resource that they have is the Learn TV. So some of the students, this was the feedback that we got later, that some of the students weren't able to, connect as much with the slides or just the text. So again, student partners got to it and built a lot of learn paths. So you can just go here and check all these out. There is just a deploying website in 14 minutes. I mean, what else could you ask for? Just deploying a website in 14 minutes. And so just go ahead and check this out. The next thing I wanted to talk about was Microsoft Azure, which was used in the workshop before my talk. So I think you're already familiar with the Microsoft Azure. If you are a student, you can just go to the Azure for Students, Google Azure for Students, and you'll be redirected to this link called Microsoft azure.microsoft/free/students. And if you sign up using your university ID, you'll get a few credits, I think $150 worth of credits, and you can use them for learning. Um, the better path to learn using Azure would be using Microsoft Learn to learn Azure, because you have sandboxes, so you are not using your credits anywhere. So just go to Learn and sign up there using your college email ID, and you can start learning Azure. Just something that I'd like to add, a lot of students come to me and ask why using Azure is important, or why you have to learn any cloud studies, or why it's getting popular. So a lot of companies have that, because no one is using traditional databases anymore. So a lot of companies have been migrating to cloud databases, and Azure being a product of Microsoft, and Microsoft being a reliable company, has become really popular and a major player in the cloud computing world. So you should learn Azure or AWS or any such, because if you will be working for a developing company, you'll have to work on cloud services. So Azure is being used on eBay, Boeing, BMW is also using Azure. So if that company resonates with you, that sounds interesting, you can learn Azure, and maybe that could increase your chances of getting into that company if you want that. But yeah, I mean, learning Azure is really fun, and with the learn paths, it's really interesting. And I can even give you a demo of this. Although there was a whole workshop on Azure, but I'll just show you the website. So you can, since I've signed in with Student Ambassador web ID, you can sign in with your college ID and you'll get 100 credits to try Azure. And apart from that, if you are a student ambassador and are not using Azure, please try it. It's really worth the time. You can make chatbots very easily. There are tutorials on the Learn website. So go ahead and try this platform. It's really worth your time. You get 150 credits monthly, so I mean that's worth something, right? So go ahead and try this. And if you have any questions regarding Azure or the application process, drop them in the chat and I'd be happy to answer that. And yeah, that was a short talk. And if you have any questions regarding any of the platform, please drop them in the chat and you can connect with me or ask me questions there. I'd be happy to review your application for the student ambassador program or help you with any doubts on Azure or Microsoft Learn. So yeah, I can answer the questions now if you have any. Ismail is asking, is it any for professionals? I mean, graduate students. Yeah. So if you go to the website of, thank you, go back to the link. If you go here, you can apply. If you are enrolled in any credited university and are above 16 years, you can apply to the Student Ambassador program and help your community grow. So please uh, go ahead and apply. Okay, do we have to fill all these three sections like learn, tech, promote? No, man, you don't have to fill all the three sections, any one of them. So either you can go for inspire, tech, or promote. So that's why I said if you are not into tech or from a management background, you can just go ahead and apply to the promote section. You have to apply for any one of them, either inspire or tech or teach or promote. Okay. Ismail, the links will be shared on the conf of tech's GitHub. Um, yeah, that's a good tip, conf of tech. So there is a very student-friendly platform, which is GitHub, and the student developer pack by GitHub is like a must-have. It has over 150 resources that you could exploit, use. Even so, the most common resource that I always get to hear is Canva Premium. So if you are into designing, because I'm a little more into designing, so I usually get like how do you have Canva Premium? So if you have a university ID, just go to the GitHub student developer pack, add it there, and there is just one small question that they ask, which is how will you be using GitHub? And most of the devs or even designers use GitHub on daily basis. So just go and write what your reason for using GitHub is, and I think in a week or two you'll get confirmation for the student developer pack. And keep checking. So if you open your GitHub profile, there'll be a pro tag under your name, and then you can use all the benefits from the student developer pack. So do check that out. It has lots of benefits. It has educative.io's 3 months, I think, and interview cakes 3 weeks, I think. 3 weeks, premium features. So just go ahead and check that out. It is really beneficial. Okay. What Mayank is asking, what should I learn first? Azure, AWS, or Google Cloud? Or should I only learn one out of this? So, Mayank, there are two ways to answer this question. The first would be if you have a dream company that you're aiming for and you want to get into it, just check which cloud it is using and just go and explore that cloud once. I would say most of these clouds, the tutorials at least on these clouds, are pretty same. So even if you have knowledge of Azure or AWS or Google Cloud, you will be able to relate it to the other. It's pretty much like if you know C++, then you will understand Java and understand Python. So just do any one of them which you like. If you have a dream company, just Google which cloud it is using and just go for that. That could be a starting point. Or since Azure is student friendly and has lots of student benefits, go ahead and start using Azure. And we are all the MSPs here, all the MSLAs are here to help you. So I hope that answers your question, and I think that's about my talk. So if you have any other questions, feel free to ping me on Twitter or LinkedIn.